Ready? I think you're ready. Are you ready?
I'm getting the fear in me.
Oh, okay.
Ooh!
That's what you're supposed to do before you go ghost hunting. You know, like how you go deep sea diving?
No, I don't. No, when you said, when you go deep sea diving, you didn't mean me. You meant like you, like...
You know how you go deep sea diving?
No!
You go like... And then you go...
No! We're not on it.
We're not on it. It's okay. No, but...
So I don't know, actually.
Okay, well, before you go deep sea diving, there's like a thing you do. It's like a breathing technique.
Aren't you supposed to just go real deep real quick?
No, but it helps you retain air longer in your lungs.
I don't think I got anything that's going to help me.
Whatever.
Have you ever played the pass-out game?
Never played that.
I did in 8th grade. It was the tightest game. Besides Battletoads.
Hello and welcome to 8-Bit Dad. I am Brian Ferguson.
And I'm Zach Rosenberg. 8-Bit Dad is the modern father's guide to news, reviews, and fatherly opinions, updated daily at 8bitdad.com. In the show, we talk about some of the week's most popular stories, popular to us usually.
Mostly.
And some others, posted at the website, which I already mentioned was 8bitdad.com.
Yes, that's right. We are the founding fathers of 8-Bit Dad, and we aggregate parenthood news from across the web, and we also help with reviews and, what would you call it? Original stories?
Stories of Triumph.
Triumph. That's what we're calling it.
And terror.
And terror. So, yeah, so... I never know what to say
I'd
here,
say
dude.
that's us.
That's pretty much us.
I'm just looking for an icon to express how I feel right now. That one.
That's, yeah. Yes, and crying.
The crying.
Some crying emoticon. Do you want to start this over? You want to power through it?
No, we can keep going.
Okay.
Keep it rolling.
Whatever.
So if you have a story that you want to send to us, because it looks like we need help, you can email us at dads@8bitdad.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, and that is at twitter.com/8bitdads with an S.
Or you can like us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/8bitdad.
All these things.
All these things. We're all over the place. Kind of like this episode.
Yeah. It's been a nightmare of a day.
It's been a nightmare of a day. My power went out today.
Yeah, power's out.
It's been out since 12, and it's almost 7. So it's not expected to be up until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. So that'll be a fun night.
Yeah, I've had power out before with kids.
And how old,
with that kid?
How old was your son when this happened?
Well, our power used to go out like once every couple months, which was a little out of control.
Yeah, can imagine.
It was basically between birth and 2 years old, and it was rough. I mean, because we have the little sound machine in our room that a lot of parents have.
Yeah,
that does like ocean sounds. So once that thing cuts off, like he was up and terrified because it was dark.
Because he was so used to that too.
Yeah, so that was kind of rough. Although there was the one night where it went out and he never woke up, and we had like a party outside our balcony with a bunch of people drinking. And I had like the lightsabers out. Like and some other guy brought a lightsaber down, and we were like doing scenes from the Star Wars movies.
Okay.
And he didn't wake up that time.
Well,
there was the time we brought him to Taco Bell at 10 p.m. So,
well, this is my first experience with a kid and not having any power, and it really does make you feel kind of primitive in a way. Powerless is a good way of putting it. In more ways than one.
And it really highlights how you certainly don't know where all the flashlights in your house are.
That, and it also kind of reminds you of how unprepared you are for any kind of like natural disaster, like an earthquake, especially in California, where that kind of shit happens every so often.
Yeah.
So you got to be mindful of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And keep your children safe, and everything.
Did you hear my kid flipping his shit out there?
He's knocking on his door as if he wants to get out.
Well, I have a feeling they're going to be walking through and making dinner for him because
that's fine.
He
can join us.
The show's already a nightmare. So if you hear little voices and screams and pots clanking, that'd be my wife making
just power through
dinner,
it like we are.
We'll just ignore them.
Yeah, we're doing. Zach is doing this out of the goodness of his heart to have us.
At our place.
Yeah, tonight.
Well, we had every problem in the world. The TV and the camera wouldn't hook up, and
It was just a mess.
mics weren't working.
Yeah.
And
So, anyways, you're back from Colorado.
yeah, hey, I got this hot as shit beanie on my head.
That is pretty hot.
And not like hot like sexy, like
No.
hot like as in I got to take it off
Well,
now.
yeah.
It's but before I do, the event was sponsored by GMC, which probably has a General and a Motors in the title somewhere.
And a company.
They wanted to tell a bunch of bloggers about the 2012 Terrain, GMC Terrain, which I gotta say before
That's a new model, right?
I didn't know anything about this Terrain, and now I'm like a borderline expert.
Really?
It's a really big border between not knowing anything and expert,
Yeah.
and I'm in there somewhere.
Okay. Well, that's pretty close, so...
And I want to thank my gracious hosts at the Mullen PR Company and GMC. I have a whole bunch of Twitter like names, but God knows they're out on Twitter somewhere. So if you're on my account, you can see where I had mentioned everyone. But basically, McKenna Olson, Charles Leone, and Joe, some Italian last name.
Joe Bag Donuts. Joey Bag of Donuts.
I don't know. His Twitter name is GMC Joe, so that's not going to help.
Yeah. We'll mention him.
So yeah, and then I got to see a bunch of cool journalists out there. A couple of them were from the Chevy event back in October-ish.
Cool.
Our buddy Daniel Reuter was there. Memoirs of a Single Dad. He's engaged now, so
Oh, well, he's going
gonna have to change his Twitter name
Or write a new book.
and his website and write a new book.
Yeah.
Eileen, I can never remember her last name. I always want to call her like Cazadores or something like that, but it's like Calderon or
Calzone.
Ducci.
Calzone. I'm going to go
I don't know, but
Calzone.
Eileen something or other. She's Mom Central.
Eileen
She's cool.
Calzone.
Chris, never got his last name, dadofdivas.com.
Okay.
Mike something or other from Techno Buffalo.
Techno Buffalo, yeah.
They have
I actually saw that site because you
surprisingly
mentioned him
cool
on
site.
your on the Twitter
Yeah.
photo that you took of you guys driving.
He's
You
a
said
funny guy.
He was about to kill you guys.
Yes. He was a funny guy. He and I actually got along really
That's
well.
cool. Awesome. Yeah, I like their site. It's like what gaming reviews and stuff like that.
It's like all sorts of tech stuff,
Yeah.
tech everything. They do a lot of car stuff.
Yeah.
He was saying they do like BMW drives and
Yeah. Well, that's cool. So we'll hear something hopefully on a post like we.
yeah.
said.
Well, I got some sort of end of the year thing I want to mention them in and
Chevy.
the Chevy thing and about like kind of the dad culture and the PR dad culture and
Yeah,
stuff
that'll be
like
cool.
that. I kind of tweeted about the car a little bit. I'm not a car guy, so it's like as
Yeah.
much as I want to get them their maximum return on the investment.
But maybe something about your experience.
Yeah, I think the experience is very positive because they specifically did look for fathers.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of what I go for. I mean, the car, hey, I drove it on ice that was giving us 25% grip on the road.
Yeah.
Like if the normal California streets are 100% grip, this was supposed to be 25%.
A little bit less.
So I drove it on that and the car did not
Move at all.
it
Yeah.
really didn't slide. So
So maybe there's something with the.
they have, they have this thing on
Family
the dashboard
safety,
where
yeah.
they have this thing on their dashboard that you can turn on where if you veer out of your lane, it identifies with a camera in front of like the rear view. It takes pictures of the road and it'll identify where the lanes are. And if you veer out of your lane, it'll turn a little thing on and make beeps so that it
cool.
knows when you're out of your lane.
That's cool because I'm totally against like cars auto correcting your movements like a plane might do.
Yeah.
Like where autopilot's on and you're trying to like turn the plane and it's driving's a little bit more micromanaged than a plane.
Yeah.
And you have other cars like
There's
6
not,
inches
there's not
away
other
from
planes that are like going next to each other unless
Yeah.
you're like in the Screaming Eagles
So
or whatever those are called.
audible warnings are good. Visual warnings are good too.
There's also a system where
Hi, Daddy.
and there's my kid.
I'm out here.
Okay, that's good,
What's
buddy.
up,
Can
dude?
you
Oh, he's gonna.
go probably the opposite direction of where you're going right now?
There he goes.
Buddy, the other way. Okay. All right, and there's so there's systems in the car that keep you alive and your family. Because
Cool.
God bless them.
Well, that works.
Oh my God, don't go that way. Don't go that way. Oh my God, don't go that way. Okay.
Buddy, look what I have for you.
Yeah, she's got cheese. Go.
Oh,
Hit
she's
the
got
road.
cheese? That's awesome.
Cheese and cookies. Hit the road.
You should totally get some cheese and cookies right now.
So
Go for it, dude. Go
anyway,
for it.
Are your beers all right over there?
Yeah, that one's empty.
Okay. Good.
He's good.
Hey, buddy, can you bring that empty beer bottle in the kitchen?
I can.
Okay, great. Thanks, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you.
Kids are good for something. So anyway, it was 2012 Terrain. Drive it today.
Yes.
You know, I don't know. I hate to sound like a mouthpiece for GMC, but
Yeah.
it was roomy. It was roomy. It was comfortable. It didn't slide on the road or like driving on ice.
Yeah. It was good.
I mean,
It's
for
good,
a guy
solid
like
car.
me that doesn't know anything about cars,
If you take it up to the mountains, it's great. You know, great
It's
tool to
not
have.
sliding.
Yeah. So
it's got a
there you
ski
go.
rack on top. Probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
think I remember seeing the little.
Well, they have to. I mean,
I think they do.
if it wants to go
It's
and
a
smell.
crossover.
Yeah.
They did start the meeting by
Terrain.
saying that I guess women are now comprising like 50% of their sales for. I think it was. I want to say it was one of their other cars, but I don't know, the stat carries over. So
Well,
they
they
invited
they-
some mom
I mean,
bloggers and.
They kind of have some weight in the decision making too.
Well, and I guess
for-
the crossovers are big now because the vans used to be big for
Yeah,
soccer moms,
yeah,
but now like
totally.
the crossover vehicles are because they're not as like big and bad as vans, but they're like
Totally.
family friendly, but they still have room.
Yeah.
I'd just give them for cake frosting or something for dinner. I don't know, whatever you can reach. Chocolate mousse. Do you want a quesadilla? I don't know.
So I have chocolate mousse.
Perfect.
Yeah. Awesome.
Just sprinkle some frozen peas on it.
So we had a podcast question.
I don't know what we have at this point.
This is an awesome episode.
I'm gonna have to drink twice as fast. And apologies to my
and
wife
twice as
later
much.
when I am completely worthless.
Luckily, I have a short drive home.
This show was supposed to start like 2 hours ago, and
My electricity went out. It's just been a day.
Dark Man over here doesn't have power. And
Yeah. What are you gonna do? We got 6 current viewers. Really?
hey, look at that! Mentioning people on Twitter works.
Are those my tabs or is it?
They might be your, they might be your tabs. I just paused this one, so.
Whatever.
So our podcast question of the week was, what song reminds you of your dad?
Yes.
And this was kind of an interesting podcast question because
It was kind of ambient.
if you ask someone, like if you just pick someone off the street and ask them what song reminds them of their dad,
Yeah.
they're probably going to tell you that they don't know, but they probably have a song where every time it comes on, it reminds them of their dad,
Yeah.
unless they're like an orphan, in which case, sorry to say.
Well, do what you gotta do. I don't know what that
Maybe
means,
that one's the
but
longest number song or something. For me, I'd say pretty much any Simon and Garfunkel song,
Simon and Garfunkel. Okay.
especially the Boxer,
Yeah.
because he had like the lyrics of one of the verses like printed out and framed.
Oh, okay.
So that always reminded me of my dad.
My dad's thing was the Cats in the Cradle.
Yeah,
It doesn't remind me of him. Elvis reminds me of him.
Yeah,
But that was like that struck me as something that he said that was really important for him and what related, to him and me. So that's what I remember of, of my dad. That's like
yeah.
that's what reminds me of him is that song.
Probably a good amount of people probably remember that for different reasons.
Yeah.
With their dad,
Totally.
for good and bad reasons.
Yeah. But I mean, like any Elvis song
But it's-
really, because
yeah.
he's got like this signed Elvis thing that Elvis signed for him and.
A big crushed velvet poster of Elvis.
I don't know, but he always had like Elvis stuff, and he was a really big fan, and Elvis was a really big fan of his because he was in the radio industry. So
That's right. I
it
won a
was-
Christmas tree from him
he did it.
in 6th grade.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You always bring that up at the right moment.
Like when I hadn't seen your dad in like years.
And
I was like, "Do you remember when I won a Christmas tree off you in 6th grade?" He was like, "No, I don't actually. Get off my lawn."
Get off my lawn.
So,
But what did some of the other people say? I'm not prepared for this. So-
Westbrook, good old Frost Westbrook.
Frost Westbrook.
He said "Birthday" by the Beatles. They say
Cool.
it's your birthday.
So maybe he had that during his birthday.
I said, well, I suppose we'll find out right now when I read the rest of it.
There we go.
He said, whenever me or my siblings, come on.
Oh, come
My
on.
siblings or I. Although he's a linguist, so he probably knows better.
Whatever.
Whenever me or my siblings had a birthday, he would always wake us up before he left for work by blaring the song as loud as he could from the home stereo.
that's
and
cool.
now I do the same thing to my kids.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Awesome.
I like one.
I like that traditional kind of stuff that you do, and says, "Oh, this was what Grandpa used to, do to me when I was a kid. When I was a young
Wake
lad."
me up with a rifle shot through the ceiling.
Well,
wake up, son.
Some people have pepper spray, some people have rifles.
Ginny said, House of the Rising Sun by the Animals, which coincidentally was the song that was right on before I won the Christmas tree from your dad. So that's a little.
What are the odds?
Ginny says, he said when I was a baby, it was the only song he knew all the words to, so he would sing it to me at night.
There is a house in New Orleans. Is it New Orleans or New Orleans? Because they say New Orleans in the song. I think people from New Orleans say New Orleans.
I think it's one of those Caribbean things.
Probably.
Frisco, San Francisco.
Oh, I don't like
Although
Frisco.
I was told that if you're not from San Francisco, you can't call it Frisco.
Yeah. You call it the Bay.
I was called that from San Franciscans.
Down by the bay. At the
Which
docks.
one, like the San Jose?
No, that one...
Sitting by the dock of the bay?
Sitting by the dock. Is that where it is? San Francisco?
Probably not. There's a lot of bays in the United States.
No, there's not. It's not that many.
There's...
Try to name 5 right now.
Okay. The Maine Bay, like Maine the state. Maryland's Southern Bay.
You're not just naming restaurants, are you?
Bay City, Florida.
Okay. I mean, you have a computer right there. You could have just
Shit, I always forget. Barry Allen said, compared to what from Swiss Movement? Les McCann, Eddie Harris.
Those are some deep cuts, by the way.
I don't know if I'm familiar.
I am not.
He said, Dad wasn't around much, but when he would show up, he'd bring Mom all these jazz records. Dad was childhood pals with Les, traveled with the band at times.
Oh, cool.
Did liner notes for one of Les's albums.
That's awesome.
That is really cool.
That's a nice personal connection to a musician.
I'm going to Google that stuff now and listen to it.
I think you should. Jets 3031.
Hello, I
forget this guy's name.
like the quesadilla.
Oh, sounds
okay,
like my
cool.
child is back.
You're getting the quesadilla, huh?
Oh, that's perfect.
Awesome.
All right. I mean, I guess that lends credibility to the show.
It does. It totally does.
Before, it wasn't really proof that I was a dad.
Well, hopefully he body slams you sometime during the episode.
All right, buddy. No. Don't go. No, not this way. There's cables. There's beers.
This is like parenting in
cell
action
phones.
right
There's
here.
all sorts of stuff.
So you gotta
So if you're gonna sit on the couch, you gotta
appreciate
stick to that side.
that.
All right, bud.
No.
That's kind of like yes.
So Jets 31 says,
Nope.
"My way."
No!
Frank Sinatra. So there's that. What is he doing?
Yeah.
You want to play Toca Boca?
Oh, Toca Boca.
Go play Toca Robot. Just throw the phone in his room. Here, go get it.
This is
All right, perfect.
the life of fathers on.
All right, so Jets 31, My Way, Frank Sinatra. Great song. Rat Pack. Jeff. I don't really know which Jeff. Some Jeff said.
Jeff.
Anything sung by Frank Sinatra generally. I'm not sure if my dad has a favorite Sinatra song, but maybe I've Got You Under My Skin.
A lot of Frank Sinatras.
It was a Very Good Year or Summer Wind.
It's only 2, but there's a lot compared to.
2 comments on our podcast question is a lot. Unless we have...
It is kind of, yeah.
Bruce Allen, our buddy, bruceallen.com.
Yeah.
Said, it's funny this question because everything in my dad's life revolved around my mom. And he couldn't be happier. So when I think of my dad and music, I just think of Perry Como, who my dad called Mom's boyfriend.
Nice. You don't have any comment for that? You slamming the other one right now? Daddy needs some...
and on to beer, too.
Some cough syrup. Cool. So I mean, that
was a podcast question.
Yeah, it was a podcast question.
And believe me, you guys are going to wish that you answered it last week because I've got a doozy coming up for this week.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to ruin it, but it has to do with another one of your senses.
Okay. I think we're intrigued. And quite possibly scared.
This one will go up when the podcast that we're currently recording goes up. So
Tuesday, hopefully.
Tuesday-ish.
If our electricity is up.
And if it's not, we'll be mailing you transcripts of the
Right.
podcast.
So send your addresses to dads@8bitdad.com.
And we'll mail it right out to you.
And we'll get them. We'll get that
We should
email
totally do
eventually.
We should totally mail out transcripts.
We need to hire someone to type all that stuff because I'm not going to type.
I think Justin's a linguist, so
Oh, well,
he can,
he's got all the time in the
he's
world
not
over
a court
there.
reporter, but
I mean, he's not shooting anyone, is he?
you know, a bunch of people came back from Iraq. Everyone reportedly came back from Iraq.
Isn't he there till like June?
He's in Afghanistan, so tough luck.
You know, he logged onto our site and his IP address came up from Singapore. I saw that. I was like,
Maybe
he's in
lying.
Singapore.
Maybe he's lying to
He's
us.
he's on like a life vacation right now.
He was just giving us a line. He didn't want to wait for the website,
I
so he's
know.
like, I gotta go to Afghanistan. All right, we're probably
no.
like 30 minutes in already.
Yeah, or 20.
Okay, so
First story. Dyrk Daniels talks to 8-Bit Dad about his world-renowned baby meets tiger photo. And this was pretty cool. I actually saw this this photo of this tiger and this baby.
Man, tons of people saw this photo.
Yeah, and it was first picked up by the Daily Mail, which is the UK version of
Everything.
everything. It's the daily version of everything. And where are you going with this?
I clicked on your link in the email.
Don't click on the links in the email. That's totally wrong. So there's like this baby. This was in Washington State. This was at the Cougar Mountain Zoo in Issaquah. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this was a 370-pound golden Bengal tiger.
A big-ass tiger.
A big-ass tiger coming up to the glass where this baby was. And I wanted a little bit more information from the actual photographer that was there, and to just kind of get like a fatherhood perspective on this. So I asked him a few questions, and he answered some of them.
It's really cool that he got back to you.
Yeah, like right away too.
We're used to not having people get back to us.
No,
so.
not at all. So this was really cool. He's been a photographer for like about 5 years. His profession is he's an engineer, and he has two children, a daughter and a son, both 19 and 21, and they're both in college right now. And he has a lot to say about this photo, and he has like a sequence of photos right here of the actual event of when the actual tiger comes up, and he says like that this was he's never seen anything like this before, and he's traveled to like all kinds of zoos all over Washington State, and
It's a pretty big state.
it is. And he's been to Oregon too. He's captured some
It's big on the map.
he's captured some zoos in Oregon as well. But this unique experience was really cool for him to just kind of be able to.
Yeah, what a picture!
Yeah.
What a set of pictures.
I mean, and also this the golden Bengal tiger's name is Taj, and his brother's name is Almos, and he's a white. What is it? A white Bengal tiger. So he's, not golden but white. And he was like inspecting this older girl right there in that photo. Not quite as gentle as, not quite as cute. A little bit more threatening. But
Like sniffing the glass to see if she smells delicious.
You smell delicious. But one of the coolest things that he said in the interview, as it were, was understanding the animal's behavior, needs, and focus allow me to better position myself to get the shot that I'm looking for. Likewise, with my children, my understanding of them allows me to be there when they need me and to give them space when they don't. So I thought that was pretty cool to relate, photography to raising kids, to kind of, be a quiet observer, and to, kind of
Position yourself correctly.
Yeah.
For the right shot.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool that he was able to kind of pick up on where I was going with, the type of fatherhood questions, and it's a cool little father's perspective on. This photo that he wasn't able to give the Daily Mail. So I thought that was pretty cool of him to take us up on that offer. And,
Totally.
And we got that angle of the story. So
Yeah, so thanks to
Thanks to Dyrk.
Dyrk Daniels.
Dyrk Daniels. DD, as it were.
DD. Double D.
Double D. D squared.
Double D tiger picture guy.
All right, next story. Story number 2.
Story number 2 was 8-Bit Dad adds on to the Shawn Bean one dad, two boys, one CD slot story. I saw this story on the site that Shawn Bean works for. And by the way, Shawn Bean was one of the dudes that went to the Chevy GM event.
Okay.
So he's kind of on my radar every now and then. And he's the only man that writes for parenting.com.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't want to say he's the only man, but I think he's the
one
only
of
man.
them.
I want to say he actually is the only man working for parenting.com.
If he's not, let us know if you're a writer, a male writer at parenting.com that's
Oh,
not a kid.
My kid's back.
Running into our shot. But
my key.
What?
I love my keyboard.
Oh, perfect. Hey, bud. Hey, can you bring this to the kitchen for me? That'd be great.
he's got a quest for
Man,
you.
that'd be great if you can.
Don't drink that,
I don't
though.
suggest you ever give your kids beer. No, don't go that way. Don't go that way. Please don't go that way.
Go this way.
Just come back this way.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can. You totally can.
I believe in you. Or
We all believe in
can
you.
I have the bottle back then if you're not going to go that way?
He looks like a real man already.
It's holding the beer bottle. That's as big as one.
As big as his face.
Man, I feel so bad. No, don't. Don't.
No.
Lick it. All right, away from that counter now, please. Come back. Come back.
Go find mommy.
Come back. Where's Mama? She's got the Togo robot going.
Togo
She's got the
robot.
robots.
Hey, Mommy.
Man, that was a bullet we just dodged. He might coincidentally get taken away from me after the show, though. If CPS sees this. He doesn't drink the beers.
He does not. I witnessed.
He's never around during the podcast.
No.
So, anyway, Shawn Bean had this article about how kids' music isn't all that interesting. And
Yeah.
I did get grilled from our other guy out with the kids, Jeff Bogle.
What happened here?
He absolutely just...
He's like a big child music
he
goer.
goes and he sees like a lot of child music, like kid music concerts.
Okay.
I should have known that he was going to rape me with a rake when I said that, because I said that kids music isn't interesting.
Yeah.
I meant like the cartoon cars, like cartoon character stuff, and he meant like going out and seeing concerts of people like singer-songwriters.
Yeah.
Yikes. Sorry.
Well,
he's right
there
there.
are
He's
those.
right. He's right. And I kind of argued with him on Twitter a little. Because I said, unless you're in like that industry and like you know who to look for, like if you just Google like kids music, you're coming up with like Barney singing "Happy Birthday,"
Yeah.
which
Or the
we can all agree sucks.
What are those guys? The noodle whatever.
The Noodle,
I don't know what they're
the
called.
Teletubbies,
No, the other guys.
the Wiggles.
The Wiggles. Yeah.
It had to be one of them.
I don't know. It was like one of those old.
Yeah, if you just look up kids music, you're gonna get like the commercially pushed crap that.
The people that are like
Sucks.
pushing their search engine
But there really
optimization
is,
up
yeah.
to the top.
With like an ad agency.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of good singer-songwriter, whatever. Jeff will tell you about that. Go to outwiththekids.com, OWTK.com. Something like that. Look up Jeff Bogle.
Yeah, it'll be here.
It's there.
Promote
But
him.
he has a really good... we linked to him.
Yeah.
Shut up, Zach. So Shawn Bean had his suggestions for kind of music that you can listen to with your kids. One of them was the Vitamin String Quartet.
Oh, I love those
performs
guys.
Lady Gaga. Totally.
Love those guys.
I love them too, and
They have
actually
so
played
many
some stuff.
songs. Like I don't know if you've
I've listened to a whole bunch of that.
you're not a big fan of Spotify, right?
No.
But you're a big fan of other websites that are
Other things.
giving stuff out for free or letting you borrow
We should
songs.
have. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I've heard,
But yeah,
a whole lot of them.
they have a lot of tracks and a lot of
They
different
have a lot
albums.
of albums. If you look at Amazon,
Totally.
like there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can
They-
legally purchase.
They are busy.
So they did a Lady Gaga album that Shawn Bean recommends. You know what? I gotta say, I listened to it. I love it.
Yeah, cool.
It's really like it's a way to take the nastiness out of her, but keep the catchy stuff that you can hum to yourself. So I had a couple other recommendations to go along with it, and one of
Yeah.
them was another one of Vitamin String Quartet's CDs.
Hold on, my wife's calling.
Oh,
This is just the worst show ever. Hello? Hello? Hey? What's up? You there?
I'll just keep going this way.
Yeah, just
so
keep going.
while you're still with me,
Hello?
oh shit, my beer.
I get like 1 bar. So
Anyway, so
what happened to you?
I don't know, my beer exploded. I was trying to talk to them and not you. And
I only
So,
have 1 bar here. Whatever.
Apocalyptica plays Metallica by Four Cellos.
Yeah.
If you're into Metallica, you probably already heard this, but check this album out. This Apocalyptica plays Metallica.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, all their stuff is awesome. Like they have a Queens of the Stone Age album. It's
I
like,
saw they had other albums too.
it's awesome. Yeah, totally.
So if you're
Songs of the Dead.
into like the the classical type stuff and into like modern stuff, check that out. If you're into like hip hop and jazz, the Hidden Beach CDs are cool. I have
Okay.
one of them.
Cool.
But I realize they have like 30 of them. I mean, you haven't heard like Dr. Dre until you've heard Dr. Dre done by like jazz musicians. So if you're into that, that's definitely really cool. Also, while Dr. Dre was on the topic, Dr. Dre has the instrumental version of the Chronic 2001 album, which I've got to say I've listened to on my way to work before and like rapped.
Really? Well, is it like that scene in Office Space where you're
Yeah, it
you're like
pretty much
stuck
is.
in traffic
Yeah.
and you're just like listening and you're like rolling the window up?
Yeah, exactly. And then someone like a black guy drives by and I'm like,
I'm white.
I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why I can't just be proud of it.
It's
but,
funny.
if you're into electronica, Daft Punk
Yeah.
is awesome because it has like robot voices and stuff. Kids are like, oh, robots.
Yeah,
Fatboy Slim's always cool because God knows he's all over the place.
he's got the best lyrics.
So I think that was all I pretty much mentioned. And if not, who cares? It's going on too long anyway. But, Sean Bean and I mentioned a whole bunch of cool stuff, and make sure that you check out Jeff Bogle's Out with the Kids so he doesn't rape me again
Yes.
on or off the internet.
Well, at least, maybe videotape it first. Get some money out of it. I don't know.
Feature.
Next story, media touts anonymous Kmart family holiday heroes.
I didn't get a chance to read this yet. I was actually
So-
excited. I'm excited that you're going to explain it to me, and I don't have to read it now.
So this was a good story from
I'm gonna
the
fall for the link again.
from the AP. Yeah, don't fall for the link. That Kmart stores specifically in Omaha, Nebraska, were the media, the news outlets were. I forget which news leader in Omaha, Nebraska was reporting on this story, but they were saying that there's like these anonymous people coming up and buying people off on their layaway items. But so, anyways, layaway. If you're not familiar,
If you have money.
and you're not familiar. This happens only at Kmart and Sears, and they're coincidentally owned by the same parent company, Sears Holdings Company. Now, they have a big...
Walmart actually does offer layaway. Now.
Do they really?
Yeah.
They do now?
Yeah, they didn't before,
Okay.
but they do now.
Okay, so maybe this is my...
I'm not going to hold it against you. I was out of town. What a cat.
This is my skeptical opinion.
Okay.
Just objectively kind of going, to the idea that maybe the media is kind of like getting some scratch from Kmart and mentioning their,
Can happen.
Santa chance game, if it is a game.
It can
of
happen.
them, because if I was in Omaha right now,
Nebraska.
and yes, it's one of the states we learned last episode. If I was in Omaha right now and I heard about this story where like Kmart is like there's like generous people going to Kmart and like saying, "Oh, bless you, sir, I'm going to pay off your layaway balance,"
What country was that accent from?
I don't know. It's just a general.
Or township.
It's just a general angel accent.
The general. I imagine like the Monopoly guy.
Oh, bless you, sir. Let me adjust my
top
monocle
hat.
first before I adjust my top hat, and then
And then after this, I'm going to go Pasco.
exactly collect $200, sir. Yeah, this. If I was in Omaha right now, I'd be running out to the next Kmart and putting on my like dirtiest clothes and carrying my kid that just only has a diaper. And just like rummaging through the aisles and going, "Oh, can you put this on layaway?" And just like look for like one of those like suitors, like in the aisle, and just say like, that guy has a monocle. Maybe
There's a
he'll
monocle?
maybe he'll come behind me and purchase my layaway after I'm
I'm going
gone.
to go pick up a chance card and see what. Happens.
But like, I don't know. If I was in Omaha and I saw this happening at a local Kmart, I'd be like, "We're going to Kmart right now.
Yeah, we're gonna go buy as much as possible.
We're gonna go
on
put
layaway.
shit on layaway like right now."
And if it doesn't pay us off, we're going back tomorrow and
Yeah,
return
whatever. So I don't know. I mean, I've never heard of this happening where it's promoted as such, but they're anonymous people. I mean, obviously, if I wanted to do something generous, I wouldn't be like touting my, whatever flag that is that people tout when they're trying to be, I don't know,
Nice.
yeah, nice and brag about it. But this is an interesting story that kind of makes you go,
It certainly does. I mean, in Nebraska. What are you gonna do?
I mean,
You can't pull that off in New York.
Well, this made national news from the heartland, as it were. So, and for whatever reason, I guess they're saying that other Kmarts across the country are doing this too. Like, there's random people just at Kmarts that are buying people's layaways. So
odd, just a Kmart.
Just a Kmart, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe this is a ploy to get people to shop at Kmart.
Maybe it's.
That's my question.
Maybe it's someone from the financial industry that's trying to get people back into layaway. They're like, well, it's not working with the stock market. Let's go.
But needless to say, there is a nice message to this, and if you're looking to do the same thing, I encourage it. But don't do it at Kmart. Do it somewhere else. Spread the playing field a little bit. I don't know.
Get some people, take care of some people at Nordstrom's.
Or send your money to some other country that needs it more than U.S.
Did you hear that Japan's using the money that everyone gave them for the tsunami for whaling?
That makes sense.
Fucking Japan. That's the last time I give those guys
for shark fins or something like that.
Yeah,
I've seen a special.
Whaling.
Okay,
not shark.
I've seen a special about that shark fin shit.
I saw that Sharktopus movie. That was mean. Eric Roberts.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Right through the chest.
Not even gonna go there.
But yeah, so they're using money for that. It doesn't matter. Next story.
Whatever.
So Justin Bieber addresses dads. Bad move, bro.
Yeah.
We mentioned this last show, I think, kind of briefly. We just kind of...
Did we really?
On or off camera. We talked about it at one point.
Okay.
I don't know.
We talked about it off camera, and then you said that the bottle looked like a what was it?
A vagina.
Yeah.
A space vagina.
A space vagina.
I don't know why I was going to the hand puppet thing, the nursing a vagina that does that. Actually, I have, but that's a different story.
Whatever.
College.
But this actually got my site blocked. Or this actually got 8-Bit Dad blocked at my work by WebSense. Thank you very much, WebSense.
I'm pretty sure
for flagging our site for space vagina.
I'm pretty sure I've mentioned penis on our website a bunch of times. Now, why would penis not get our site blocked?
It's the moment that you enter space in front of vagina.
Oh, because you have to deal with space stuff.
Yeah, that's when you start dealing with space, especially at my work. You're in some big doo doo.
Maybe they should have been watching our site to see if they could learn something about space vaginas.
And in big vaginas.
What?
I don't know.
Real big ones.
Real big ones.
Real big spacey ones. So, 8-Bit Dad. Justin Bieber. That was my reset button. So Justin Bieber recorded this commercial. There was, I guess, a commercial before this that was a lot more logical. It was the standard commercial where, the girl sprays perfume on herself and Justin Bieber appears in front of her and is like,
are they trying to do an Axe body spray thing or what?
I don't know. It could be this weird,
where they spray the cologne on the mannequin and girls magically.
Yeah. Whoever the ad wizard was behind this was no Gandalf. That's for sure. That's for sure.
He was kind of like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, this commercial that you've got to see. I saw this originally on...
Pay no attention behind the man behind the curtain.
The man behind the space vagina. I saw this originally on Up Rocks.
Yeah.
With 2 X's. So you should check them out before you check us out, because that's what happened chronologically. But Justin Bieber basically addresses dads in this commercial. And he's like, hey, Dad, don't you want your daughters screaming my name and not Joey next door? And I mean, for a dude that just went through a very public paternity case with that weird girl
Yeah.
with the piercings and the.
Well,
Sum
that was
41
complete.
clothes or whatever.
That was complete bunk, or that was debunked.
I think. I mean, as far as we know,
Is it bunk or debunked?
debunked?
Is it debunked?
I think when you bunk something, you.
There's a Seinfeld episode about this somewhere.
Is there like a?
I thought the whole dream of dating a doctor was debunked.
No, it's not debunk. It's totally bunk.
Isn't bunk bad? Like, that's a lot of bunk.
No, something is bunk, and then you debunk it.
What?
I think.
I have like a list of words. It's like written down in my room somewhere on a yellow pad of like words that you can't take like the
opposite way.
The prefix off, and it doesn't mean something when you make it like the root word.
Whatever.
I don't know what it is, but
We're just floating through this episode.
yeah, we're just welcome to the 120-minute episode of 8-Bit Dad. But yeah, this commercial is ridiculous. Justin Bieber addresses dads after a paternity suit. Awesome, you're an idiot.
I don't know. Maybe he recorded this before.
That is possible. I'd like to think so, because this is just a stupid commercial for someone who had a lady say like, "I got your baby. We did it in the Staples Center bathroom."
But the editing on this and the special effects are terrible.
They're really. What's funny is that I had read on some other website that the commercial really is aimed at dads, because like it's not aimed at the girls. Like,
Did you see what I did? I did say what?
Ouch, dude.
Don't do it with that hand. Yeah, you got to tell him with that hand.
I fell on this GMC trip. I fell in a cattle grate. I don't know. I'm from California.
It's a cattle
I'm from
grate.
LA area. I don't have cattle, so I was
I
stepping
don't even know
over
what
this.
a cattle grate is.
I was stepping over this great-looking thing on the ground. Like, not great, like amazing, but like this grate on the ground, like this cage-looking thing with metal and bars.
Well, it must have
And
been
it had
great
like
for you to
snow
fall
and
through it.
ice between the bars, and I was like totally safe. And I stepped on it. My foot went straight through, and I went up to the knee.
Did you step horizontally? I mean, you must have.
I stepped some sort of.
You stepped with
in
the
line
grate.
with it, evidently. Idiot move, but man, I went down like a bag of shit. I mean, I went down. The iPhone went flying out, and like I evidently slapped my hand, and I've got wounds that you can't see from this distance.
Your iPhone's okay though,
The
right?
iPhone is fine, thank
Okay.
God. I was like, I got up and I was like, OMG, just fell. But man, that hurt, and it still hurts. It was
who
like 2
cares?
days ago, and it's still.
Whatever. As long as your iPhone's okay.
Anyway, yeah, the iPhone's fine. Thank
Good.
God.
Thank God.
So Justin Bieber watched a commercial.
Yeah. So that's it.
That's all we got. Thank God, because
Yeah, we're at 40 minutes.
God. So what's coming up next?
We are taking 2 weeks off.
Wait, what?
I am What's up, dude? Oh, Elmo called? Okay. Why don't you go talk to him? We're going to take the next 2 weeks off because it's Christmas next Sunday.
Oh yeah, I guess that's logical.
Yeah, and then it's New Year's
What
the
about for
following
the
Sunday.
Jews? Do we have a show for the Jews? I'll wear a yarmulke.
I thought we already talked about the Jews today.
We already not on. Thank God, not
well.
on.
We'll mention it after the show.
My dad's a rabbi, so I think I'm allowed to make off-colored Jew jokes.
Oh, so you're one of the privileged to
Like Seinfeld.
yeah, like the dentist, like the anti-dentite.
So,
You're a rabid anti-dentite.
so I guess we're not doing a show for the next 2 weeks, which you're gonna be with your families. So
You're going to be with your families. We're all going to be busy.
the one or
It's
two
just-
people that thought about watching the show anyway weren't gonna watch it.
they're going to watch it sometime in the next few years when we have like 600 episodes queued up.
But hey, you know what? You want to hear some great news? I just lost my job last week, so I've got plenty of time to write content for the website. So in
Awesome.
lieu of actual shows, you'll have content and reviews and all sorts of great things because I'll be at home crying myself to sleep and writing reviews.
Well, Merry Christmas, Bob Cratchit.
yeah, I lost my
So
job right before Christmas. What the hell?
apparently you have Ebenezer Scrooge as a boss.
He was a really nice man. If you like to be
Bent over a desk
employed for 5 years
right before Christmas.
gainfully.
Without a raise.
Yeah, I didn't have a raising for you. So
Yeah.
it's kind of
it was I mean
it was a good news, bad news, losing your job type situation.
yeah, you have some more positive endeavors lined up for
I
the
have
future.
some great suitors. I have some Kmart layaway suitors
Yes.
lined up.
As it were.
Pay for everything except for my layaways. It will be a layaway Christmas for this family though. So if that's any great news. Did I just ruin the show?
He totally did. When do you not?
It was good news, bad news. I don't know. Shit. So, hey, enjoy time to yourself for 2 weeks.
Yes.
I hope you miss us. And
Me
when
too.
we're back, we're going to come back better than ever with robot parts. Space vaginas all over the place.
Why does it have to be that?
I don't know. It's not even.
That's not even. That's not even a.
Space penises. And space vaginas to put them into. And less kids running across the scene. Catch us on Facebook. Facebook.com/8bitdad. And Twitter.com/8bitdads. With an S at the end.
This isn't Buck Rogers, dude.
Mention that you can Oh, I'm not supposed to read the mention part. Sorry. You can contact us and suggest stories by emailing dads@8bitdads.com. Yes, son.
Mommy, I have a penis.
What just happened?
You are correct, sir.
Yeah, I got it.
So that's it for this week's episode of 8-Bit Dad.
Thank God, man.
I'm Brian Ferguson.
Oh, and I'm Zach Rosenberg. And until next week, you got anything else for us?
Yeah. I got actually that.
Should I bleep that? Is that okay for a little kid to say?
I mean,
It's biological. You won't be able to watch it at your work.
You won't be able to watch this show anytime at work.
You want to
Oh
just
my
start
God.
over? We'll just start over and do it all again.
Totally.